The perfect start of the week. The Believe is back, guys. Wow, the day after community reaction. We're gonna read some of the comments that you guys left on my last video. It's gonna be a beautiful week because yesterday night Milan won 1-0 against the Interisti Merda with a goal again of Christian, Captain America, and Pulisic. Wow. We're going to enjoy this week. It's going to be key to bring out their 3 points on Saturday night against Lazio because now the hunting season, it's officially open. We are going to chase Roma and we need to be up there because if we want to believe in something special, we cannot miss any more chances. So the Lazio game has to be perfect. It's so nice to see some of the comments back to say believe. It's our brand, our trademark. That was incredible. I was screaming so loud when Pulisic scored. I'm just so happy. Important things that also Bartesaghi was playing instead of Stupignan, and he was good. I'm glad for the lad that he's supposed to be the first choice for us in every match. He will make mistakes, but I believe in his potential. Couple of great things here, of course, guys. When Pulisic scored, I was watching the match here at home. I was alone, and I couldn't believe it because Milan in that moment was suffering so much, and I was so happy because I was like, I cannot believe really one counter attack and one goal. Always Christian Pulisic, one of the most underrated player on the entire Serie A. I don't know why it's so underrated. It's probably is also the way that he approached the press, the way he approached everything. It's very, very calm, very settled down. So he doesn't, he never gets like fancy haircut. He never dress like, he never wears something too flashy to say, oh, he's Pulisic, It's just like a player that if he is from the 90s, you can see from the 90s, early 2000, he was a player that he could have played in the 90s Milan because he's down to earth. That's what we love the most about Christian Pulisic. Also here then he says something incredible, something great about Bartesaghi because as you guys know there was always this question. I was about receiving a phone call. This question mark about in between Bartesaghi or Pervis Stupignan. In my opinion, because he's an Italian player, extremely young, if you teach him well, he can do fantastically. And I think it's important for Milan to have some Italian player. And also for the national team, it's extremely important because we are risking once again to not go to the World Cup. So it's important to grow Italians player. Çalhanoğlu missing the penalty was the cherry on top. Man, having Rabiot and Pulisic back, order has been restored. And here, look, I want to say something about this penalty because it's clear that the coach of Mike Maignan is changed something in Mike, because we all know that Mike in the last few years rarely saved the penalty. Okay, this year we considered, I think we considered 3 penalties in Campionato, and one of them, and 2 of them, he's been saving it. And I remember the one that he conceded, it was against Kevin De Bruyne in the match against Napoli. And before that, I can barely remember when was the last penalty that Mike saved. Probably was in Champions League against Napoli a couple of years ago. So really did a massive save. And also something here that I would like to show you, I'm going to put here, so I'm going to be on this side so I can show you the video on the side. As you can see, Mike in this occasion, he does something very unique, because we already see this kind of mental game that he played with the striker. He played actually the same mental game, similar but not the same, with Dybala. If you remember, he lost a lot of time. He made sure that Dybala was a little bit impatient and then eventually saved the penalty. With Çalhanoğlu, in this case, he plays himself a little bit more on the left, leaving the impression that on his right side there is more space. And probably, without doubt, they did a lot of study around Çalhanoğlu because he missed probably two penalty in his entire career in Serie A. Both of them, if I remember well, against Milan. One saved by Tataruzano, and then suddenly he does the move and then he jump on the right, saving the penalty, not once but twice. Really congratulations to Mike, because he stepped up massively his game. We are back and we must believe in this AC Milan team. Oh my goodness, 6 times undefeated Derby, Captain America, Magic Mike. Get these guys both contract extension as soon as possible. Forza Milan. I love the enthusiasm. Christian, it's real. It's absolutely real. I didn't even know there was 6 times without actually losing a derby. And all the derbies from last year, I can remember them because, you know, the final in Supercoppa, the semi-final in Coppa Italia, the first derby that they always wanted to win, but they lost with a goal of Gabbia. Almo, we played bad, we played like shit, but who cares? We won. If only we fired Pioli early, we would have a bad record. We wouldn't have a bad record against them. I don't know about that, man. Mike from this day forward is the Pope in goal. He saves. I always believe Milan would win today because we no longer have Pioli at Milan as coach, who made Inter think they are invincible. I like this one, man. Hey, the hater, not as good as the Coppa last year just because of the fields, but this was great and really a must win. Now, if we can only win against Sassuolo caliber's team, man, that's the reality. That's real. Let's believe till the end. To talk about this last comment, now we have to win against the Sassuolo caliber teams, is absolutely right. But I think Milan doesn't have to do the mistake to believe to be superior of the other teams, because it's clear that this season, when we face the team and we are scared of them and we fear them, and then we have to play our A game, we don't lose. When we think that we are better, that's when we don't lose. That's when we don't win. And this is a problem. And I know where is the problem. The problem is not with Rabiot, it's not with the Pulisic, it's not with the Leao. The problem is not with the Saelemaekers. The problem are with players that they're not used to have the mentality of winning every single game. Defenders, some midfielder, some striker, without going in the single, but you know what I mean. Like, if you want to win, if you want to do a lot of points this season, and I'm not saying that word because I'm very superstitious, but if you want to do a lot of points this season and end up really high this season, you need to do the switch. And I tell you, the same concept that I said a few videos ago when I talked about Rabiot and Modric. Doesn't matter, Modric 40 years and Rabiot, I don't know how many years he was ended, and we bought it. He ended pretty much his career, and we bought him on the last day of the Mercato. It doesn't matter, because what this player brings, they raise the bar. And some player, they need those next to them. That's what last year, what was missing. We didn't have leadership in that dressing room. We didn't have it. Now we have some, but now it's gonna be the time for those players to give us back something, because Modric cannot last all the Campionato. I hope so, but Rabiot probably even himself. You see that Allegri doesn't subs him like, oh, let's give him time, because Modric and Rabiot, they are professional. They're gonna be playing until they have legs attached to their body. Okay, so. They have to be the others to do their job, okay? To raise the bar. Marco, what a beautiful birthday present for me. It's going to make my week. We suffer, but we show heart tonight. Rabiot and Maignan were beasts tonight. Great weekend for us. We need to find consistency against the smaller teams, but we are solid. We seem to always score, so I'll be happy if we can get back to keeping clean sheets, because we will eventually score. Forza Milan. I don't want to say too much. We have Lazio double header, and then Christmas period will be busy this season in Serie A. He's saying Lazio double header because we play on Saturday in Campionato, and then we go to Roma to play Coppa Italia. Okay, we have to start winning games against Minons. I don't know pronounce that word, but smaller team, I guess, is the meaning. So there you go. Forza Milan. Yeah, guys, I think we are pretty much all the same page, and feels too good, man. Beating Inter when they deserved the win more than us. It's spicy. The spice that drives them crazy. Absolutely. That's exactly my point, man. That's exactly my point. Even have some comments on Fofana saying he's doing good. Look at that. As much as I cannot deal with Fofana, and I think Monday Musa, you're talking to, like, you are the voice of everyone right now, because as long as we cannot deal with Fofana, it's true, he's important to the team. I never expected Milan to play any good game, but I expect us to win most of our matches. Well done for being the first person to react. Oh, grazie. Believe. Yesterday yesterday, similar game, similar style. Fofana, it was very functional yesterday, I have to say, and yeah, he need to step up. So as you can read, pretty much everyone is extremely happy about what's going on, and here is towards the end of the video, as I mentioned, I want to talk a little bit about two spicy things that I'm not very happy with it. Of course, from these comments I want to start right now. The Snake Akan has a mental block against us and deserve it. I agree. Sommer is not a top class keeper, and I agree. Nkunku makes me feel I could play professional football. And here is the story that I want to start from, because Nkunku yesterday, I don't know if he had the look of a person that is not really focused. He doesn't want to give that 2000%. I felt he was not focused. I felt he got a couple of chances to let what Allegri asked him to do, which is keep the ball and try to create a counter-attack, and he didn't do it. I cannot believe that he's our most paid player. He's our most paid player. And this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, because you have a player like Nkunku, and like, I understand Rabiot, because I think he's the second most paid. I kind of understand how crucial it is in Allegri and why Max wanted to have him. But Nkunku, it's a player that the club asked, not Max Allegri. Max Allegri asked for a first striker. He didn't ask for a second, a falso nueve. You know what I mean? He asked for a Vlahovic type. He didn't ask for a second striker. Okay, we have Jimenez, of course. Hopefully he's gonna freaking wake up, because we need him so bad. Okay, but this is the things with the club, the itchy thing, this allergy that I have with the club, because the club doesn't have to do the mercato. The coach has to do the mercato. The coach, he has to say, I want this player and I want that player. Always with the right budget. I'm not saying that they just have to spend, but let the technical choice, not to freaking Moncada, let it to the team from Max Allegri. Yeah, they know better. And talking about the renewal of Mike Maignan is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they don't renew the contract of Mike Maignan, because yesterday, if Mike wasn't there, this match will finish easily 3-0, or let's say 3-1 for Inter, easily. Okay, having a top class goalkeeper, it's as important as having a top striker. As simple as that. It's very, very clear. Okay, so now we have a situation, because Mike deserves a top contract in Milan. Top contract, I'm talking about the same money as Leao, the same money as Rabiot. Mike as Christian Pulisic, because they are our best player, these three. Modric, I don't count him, you know. It just do 1 year. But Pulisic, Leo, and Mike Maignan has to be on the same wages, in my opinion. And the fact that we don't know still what is going to happen makes me feel like a Kessie Donnarumma vibes. We're going to lose him for free. But because this club is very greedy, my biggest fear is that we're going to lose him in January. Yesterday was the PSG owner. Okay? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really hope that we can find a solution, but I'm not surprised if this club will sell Mike Maignan in January. I will be not surprised. Because they don't understand shit about football, they just want to have money. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, positive reaction, and just a little bit of critics at the end. I think it's correct to be always, you know, because we care about things, so we want to be as specific as possible. Other than that, I wish you a fantastic week. I will definitely have a fantastic week. I know you guys like the video, so have a good one, and forza al diavolo.